Hello, this is Rocky with Hole-in-One Locating. Thank you so much for watching. We've been doing a series of videos on how to locate utilities, and in the prior videos we talked about what a utility locator is and how it works, and we talked about direct connection, and we talked about ring clamping, closed induction, and we talked about induction or inducing a cable line. Today we're going to take the theory just a step further and go into the field. And I'm going to briefly show you how that relates to that conversation. So the next step in utility locating has to do with frequency and isolation, and how that relates to direct connecting to a utility or ring clamping around the utility. And this beautiful cable TV pet here gives us a wonderful example and way to do that. So as you can see here, we've opened up the cable TV pad. We've got a main line here that comes in. We've got a service, and other mains that have been cut off and are no longer in use. So how does this work? What do? We're digging right here along the fence line where the trees are. So, well, Rocky said if you can, always direct connect. So let's do that. So I've driven a ground rod in. I've got my lead. Hopefully you can hear our friendly dog. This is exactly what it's like in the field. And I'm going to connect to this utility. Do you see the problem? The way cable TV is connected, they have a common conductor. I'm going to send a signal here, 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 and here. Well, on one hand, that's cool. Great, Rocky, locate it all. Well, yeah, that's kind of a neat trick that a lot of locators use that will ultimately bite you in the rear end and you'll have a damage with. So don't do that. This environment isn't that congested. It would probably work here. Some environments are very congested, and this is about the best practices when locating. So in this case, even though using closed induction or ring clamping is going to force me to use a higher frequency, in this situation, that is the best way to do it, because isolating the cable you are wanting to mark trumps everything. So now I'm going to go ahead and hook my ring clamp in, and we're going to turn on our transmitter. And generally a lowish frequency you can use when inducing is 8. So you can see here on this particular transmitter, I've got an 8 showing up there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on my receiver. And we're going to match it to 8. And we're going to see what we got. So as we go around, you're going to hear that it's very fuzzy. Oh, but we did get a signal. I want to go ahead here and follow just a second and then show you. There's our signal. 4 inches deep at 10 milliamps. 10 milliamps. 4 inches deep. Keep that number in your head. Now we're going to walk around here to where we believe that cable main is going. You can hear the signals a lot clearer. And if you look, we're getting 8.46 or 8.49 milliamps, so very, very close to our 10, but it's at 2 feet deep. When you take into consideration the depth of that line, this is absolutely your strongest signal. And that is the one you want to mark, your strongest signal. So by isolating that cable, you're not necessarily going to eliminate every signal you receive, but you will make it really, really obvious as far as what you're hooked onto and what cable that is. So again, if you go around a loop like that, you may still pick up on other signals. But when you look at the information that you've been given, it is clear that this is the cable that we are ring clamped around. That signal over there, oh, it's a drop. I'm sure it's going to the house. But this is the cable we're hooked onto. And the best practice is say, mark out this one. And then go to that one later if you need to locate that service. That would be a good next video. This is Rocky for Hole in One.